Smile and show your pretty white teeth today. Yeah, I'm talking to you, King.
Listening to the voice 17104.com. God is love. You're listening to the God is Love Show. God is Love Show. On the voice 17104. God is love. God is love. You're listening to God is Love Show with Vera and William.
Oh, welcome everybody to the God is Love Show. Today we have a special guest with us, and he's going to be spotlighting a whole lot of things about his business. And I am going to start out and get some homework out of the way. My brother James Bowers had a birthday the other day. I want to give a shout out to him. Happy birthday, my love. I love you with my whole heart, and I hope you celebrate it like the king that you are. I want to thank you for my prayers about my toe. Old lady broke her toe. No, she didn't. Thank God. Jesus helped me. He did not let my toe get broken. It just got beat up a little bit. Now, we're going to talk about the King's Table, and we have, as I said, our special guest here, and he's going to introduce himself.
That's my cue.
That's your cue, darling.
Yes, sir. Hey, how everybody doing? For everybody to know me, I refer to my customers as the royal family. So that's how I'm gonna refer to y'all. My name is King. I'm the owner and CEO of the King's Table.
Yes, the owner and the CEO of the King's Table, and the King's Table does what? What do they offer?
We offer a little bit of everything: cooking, hairstyling, t-shirt designing, in-home cleaning, babysitting services, lawn care services. You name it, we do it.
So you have a long list of things that you do. It's not just one avenue. You have a lot of things that you do.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. I like that. Okay, let's just start by breaking down each one that you do. Let's start with the food and how that got started.
The food got started a few years back. Between my significant other and I. Crazy story. I had a past where I was a hustler, so to speak. I sold drugs, and one day I was outside early, and one of my partners was like, "Hey, I want some coffee," but the local corner store was closed.
Okay.
So, me having the mindset I had to never turn down $1, I asked my lady, I said, hey, you mind making a cup of coffee for my friend? And we sold to her for $1.50.
Right.
The next day, he asked for another cup of coffee and then for an egg sandwich. And it started from there. I started, serving the guys that was working with me. And then I eventually got arrested. And my significant other had told me that once I got out, that she can no longer go through that. And I made a vow and a promise to never put my family through that again.
That's beautiful.
A guy that I was incarcerated with had told me every man has to make a decision to stand up or constantly stay sitting. So I decided to stand. And when I came out, I had the vision of the King's Table, and I ran with it. I took my natural God-given gifts and my passions and turned it into a business.
And you serve delicious food. So what are some of the things you have on your menu? We're going to talk about these cookies in a minute.
We try not to limit ourselves with our cooking. My wife and I were both biracial. She's Caucasian and Black. I'm Dominican and Jamaican. So we kind of grew up in a crazy menu palette environment. So I try serving Jamaican food, other styles of Caribbean food, Spanish food, cuisines, casseroles, soul food. We try experiencing with Asian food once. It really worked for us, but
Okay.
we try not to. And we started baking recently. We started with, as you brought up, our cookies.
Yes, the cookies. There's a platter right there.
Yes, that's the spaghetti platter we did a few days ago.
Yeah. Now, the cost of your platters, what do they range from?
All my platters on average is $10. Once a month, I try once a month to offer a seafood boil as long as within the budget. That's the only platter that ranges outside at $10. That platter goes anywhere between $25 to $40 a platter, depending on what you want on it.
Okay. Now, you said, let me show you these cookies. Let me just make you hungry. See? Now, what are these cookies?
My.
Don't look, Chris, you're on a diet.
Dummy, that seafood diet.
What are these made of, dear?
Those are actually Butterfinger peanut butter cookies.
Butterfinger peanut butter cookies.
Yes.
We have some. We can't share though, because Chris is
We
taking
could
most.
share.
Chris is taking most of them home. Mm-mm.
No, thank you. Thank you.
I'll eat your product, and it's delicious too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Supplement, sure.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Need a glass of milk.
Almost better than Famous Amos, if not better, brother.
Stop it. Don't
Sure, no, that's
don't,
serious.
Don't tell
I
me that.
mean, I ain't trying to juice you up, brother. Sure.
Delicious.
We do other styles of cookies. We chocolate chip.
Mm-hmm.
We recently had a lot of orders for our oatmeal raisin cookies as well.
Okay.
We do cakes.
What kind of cakes?
Chocolate, vanilla. We do a 3 leches cake. Pineapple upside down is one of our favorites.
Love pineapple upside
Around
down.
Thanksgiving time, we do homemade pies from scratch: pumpkin pie, Dutch apple, regular apple, sweet potato pie.
Well, tell them a little bit about what you do at Thanksgiving time.
Well, outside of cooking for my family, we still try to serve platters to the people that doesn't really have a place to go to.
Mm-hmm.
We also give platters away to the homeless. It started about 2 years ago. We was on the corner of 13th and Dairy, right across from the Fry at the time before the police actually locked down on it. I noticed like a lot of people hanging around there. They didn't have no place to go.
Right.
So we went out there with hot plates and we served them for free just so they can have a home cooked meal for Thanksgiving.
That's beautiful.
Then last year, right before the city took the homeless place from the
Tent City.
Yes, Tent City. We went down there with platters and handed them out.
Wow.
And that all started from my wife and I. We both been in positions where we was homeless at certain points of our life, and even days when we wasn't homeless, I had a roof over our head, trying to figure out where our next meal is gonna come from. And
right.
I feel like, everybody has the right to eat. Everybody deserves to eat at the end of the day. Right. So we try to pass that blessing along every Thanksgiving, try to make it a tradition.
See, that's beautiful as well. Really, it is. Taking the time out to share with others who are less fortunate. We do that at the God is Love. Right now, we have one individual that comes in on Wednesday, and we take care of her every Wednesday, make sure she's fed and comfortable and all of that. So I really admire you for doing that. That takes a lot of special heart, I would say, to take the time out to do something like that. Now, you said you had other businesses?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What else do you have?
Like I said, t-shirt designing. That's one that we're trying to push right now. We're also working with rosin art. I try to keep my significant other busy and try to keep her inspired. She has a lot of hidden talents that she doesn't want to display out to the world, so I kind of motivate her and push her to do it. And one of her biggest ones so far has been her rosin art. She makes knickknacks, little ashtrays, and things of that nature. So we're trying to create her own brand right now under the line Chef Goddess.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't do the cooking by myself.
Right.
She does help a lot. So we're trying to build her own brand to get her out there to the public, get that shyness out of her. That's
beautiful. That's beautiful. Behind every good man, there's a good woman. Behind every good woman, there's a good man.
Well, in our case, I try to drill in her head. It's not behind me.
Beside.
It's beside.
No. She's in front of me.
Oh, okay. I like
tell her
that.
all the time that in public, I am addressed as the head of the household, the face, the leader. But every married man know behind closed doors your wife runs the show.
Right.
So I always use the analogy, I may be the captain of the ship, but you're the sails. And no
That's
matter how
beautiful.
good of a captain I am, the ship don't go anywhere if the wind don't blow and catch the sails. So it's her job to lead me and to tell me where she wants the family to go, and it's my job to get us there. So by all means, I came up with the idea of the chef goddess because I don't want any of my customers to think, hey, this is just King doing this by himself. This is a wholehearted family business. I need everybody to understand that I have a family behind me and they all play a major significant role behind the success.
And we're going to talk about them too. So we got the cooking, we got the t-shirts, we got your wife's rosin. What else you got out there?
We're both also hairstylists. She does braiding. I'm a loctician and a barber.
Okay. So how can they find you? How can they find out where you are?
You can reach out to me on my Facebook page via the head of the table or my Instagram page at the.kingstable or TikTok page at the King's Table. You can look for me in local restaurants, or not restaurants, laundromats and gas stations. I do have flyers hanging up
Okay.
on local light poles in neighborhoods. Or always word to mouth. Somebody knows me. I like to think I'm getting kind of known. In the
Okay.
summertime, I go downtown every weekend and I sell my empanadas. So that's how my face been getting out there recently.
That's good. Now, where do you set up downtown when you're selling them?
It's a funny story. I've been dubbed the name the street chef. So because we're
Okay.
doing everything from the ground up, I don't station anywhere. We actually do it all on foot. We pre-cook everything prior, a few hours prior.
Uh-huh.
Once it's all completed, we go downtown and as we see the customers walking, we walk with them. We have conversations with them, make them laugh, joke with them.
Yeah.
Hopefully sell them an empanada or a bottle of water, a can of soda, give them a business card and,
Keep
move
it
on to the
moving.
next one.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I keep using the word beautiful because what you're saying enlightens my heart because you are an entrepreneur trying to do the right thing and take care of your family, and your family sounds like they're trying to take care of you as well. Okay, so we got that one. Is there any other?
This goes on and on.
Let's go.
Yes, and home cleaning.
Yeah, we
offer
got
that
it.
as well.
Let's talk about all of it. That's who did that?
I'm serious. My
And
wife
home
may
cleaning.
be a next customer.
Yeah.
The locks on the screen.
Okay. Yes. That's actually one of my favorite customers. My little homeboy Ibby. Shout out to him. I get to retwist his hair about once every other month. He decided he wanted to be like his father and get his hair twisted up, and I was fortunate enough to be the loctician to get to start him. So that meant a lot.
That's good.
I currently started his brother's locks as well.
What's the basic? Because I know it would vary per customer and per the hair, I believe, on your head. What's the basic charge or cost for that?
Well, for example, I do have a price board in my photo album, but the starting prices, for example, to start your locks is $65. Retwist start at $75. Shampoos and conditioners start at $20, and no price is actually finalized until I actually get to see your hair.
Right.
Because for example, the guy he just had on the screen,
Mhm.
he's gonna be mad that I say it, but he waits like 6 months in
Sure.
between retwists. So I can't charge you the starting rate when I got a whole lot of work to do.
Got a whole lot of hair.
And there's other factors into it. For example, I have a lot of clients that wait until like late at night to book their appointment. And a rate twist can go vary from anywhere between an hour to 4 hours. So I'm in their head starting at 11 o'clock at night and I get done till 3 o'clock in the morning. That's like my second mom right there, Miss Carla. I do her hair every other month as well.
It's beautiful. Takes a special skill to be able to lock hair, though.
Sure.
You just can't go in there and start twisting your hair and expect it to lock.
It's a process. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful journey, though.
Yeah, well, I had locks and I cut them off. I'm growing them back again. It's underneath here, and they're growing back quite nicely and quite quick. I noticed that when you lock your hair, it's a different growth pattern too.
Yes.
It doesn't take quite as long as all the perms and everything
you
else.
Actually, you get to this phase where it's like it's not growing, or it just seems like it's not growing, and then you just wake up one morning and it's like, wow.
I got locks. Yeah. All right, are we done? Are you going to tell me about something else? I know you got something else over there.
Oh,
You
snow
name it.
removal
You name it. Snow
for the
removal.
right
What
price.
about the house cleaning?
What about it? Which one?
Yeah,
What about it?
you do that too, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That started, just from my OCD. I like to clean. I find it relaxing, and I know a lot of people that don't like to clean. So if you don't like to clean, call me. Um, it was just one of the things, and me and my wife was just sitting back, and somebody had called us and was like, "Hey, you mind helping us move?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Sure." And then come to find out, it was for a whole motel. We had to move beds out and TVs and dressers, and though they paid us, I was like, I felt like we didn't get paid enough.
Right.
So everything I do, I document, I take pictures of and all that. And somebody had seen it, was like, "Hey, how much to come clean my house?" And I thought it was a joke, but they was serious. So I gave them a price, and then we just ran from there.
Lot to do. Lot to do. Keep yourself very busy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Everything's good. I like hearing about what you're doing and how you're doing it, and as a family unit moving forward, because that makes a difference. When you're out there trying to do it all by yourself, you can become overwhelmed and saturated and not be able to complete the task that you start. So now let's go to the shout outs. Who you want to shout out to today?
My wife, Mrs. Shalimar Acevedo, like I say all the time, there's no me without her. I want to shout out all my kids, my boys, my daughter.
You can name them.
Oh, well, my oldest Burrell, that's my best friend, my right hand, my self coach, everything. Like that boy right there, he's special.
Mm-hmm.
My 13-year-old man, Sardius is his name. That he's special too. I don't know how to describe my kids. I love them. My 3-year-old Chance, my little light bright. I call him Mellow. Um, everything I'm doing, I want him to witness and be able to hopefully walk in my shoes and
Mm-hmm.
feel his own eventually. And then, of course, the royal princess, my baby girl Essence. Like, all this is for them at the end of the day.
Is she daddy's little girl?
Oh, is she? Is she? You can't tell her no wrong about her daddy. You cannot tell her no wrong. You can't tell me no wrong about my baby girl.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And, the rest of my family, my siblings. I want to shout out my wife's best friend, Marina. She's been a very big supporter in our journey, making sure, we stay on the right path. She currently got my wife in Bible classes on the road to become a pastor. So
You on the road to become a
not me.
Oh.
My wife's best friend has her in classes
Oh,
on the
okay.
road for her to become a pastor.
Awesome.
So, I feel as if since she started them classes and committed to Bible study, that has played a part in our business success as well.
Mm-hmm. Prayer changes things, and it changes you, honey.
Mhm.
That's good. Are you done?
Yes.
Are you sure you're done?
Yes.
You got everybody.
Yes.
Your mom.
God rest her soul. Shout out to her too.
Yeah, because she started it all.
She started it all by making me.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't want to leave nobody out. Even if they're in heaven, it doesn't matter. They're still included in the process of making you the king that you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you call yourself king. That's a very powerful statement because you know who you are
Yes,
and to whom you belong.
It's like I tell my boys, it's not just a name, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. That's good. That's good. Anything else you want to discuss as far as your shout outs are concerned?
Oh, yeah, man.
No? Okay. Let's move on. Let's see what time we got. This is 1:16. We're moving right along. All right. Now, you said you had a pass. We're going to turn this directly to you and let you take your time and talk about it. Chris, you want to give him the screen all by itself?
Now, how far are we digging into the past? How far you want to go back?
How far you want to go back? It's left up to you.
Like I said, I'm open book.
Whatever you can do, whatever you think you can say to help somebody else who's going through right now. That's what I say.
Okay.
So you can go back as far as you want to, or you can say as little as you want to. It's an open book right now.
Okay. I'm from North Philly originally, second in Cambria to be exact. I was raised by a wide variety of people. They say it takes a village to raise a child. Um, I wouldn't really call my situation a village, more like a refugee camp,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak. Um, my mother was Jamaican, my father was Dominican. I lost my mother at a young age due to HIV. My father at a young age, he was murdered. Um, Eventually moved in with my grandmother, who tried her best to, take care of me, but she had me and almost every other last one of my siblings, plus some uncles and cousins in the house. So I eventually went to go stay with my uncle. Things didn't go so well for me there, as far as the relationship go. He wasn't ready to step up and take care of me, left me with his wife who resented my presence. And make a long story short, I was abused. She didn't want my family to know about it, so I ended up moving she took me to Virginia, where I ended up in foster care eventually.
Oh my.
So lost in the system in Virginia, a place all by myself, completely isolated from my family, and to my concern, from my recollection, they didn't even know where I was at. So I eventually adjusted to my environment, made a couple associates, stayed committed to school, eventually got myself through college, majored in business, and I got out of college, decided to make the effort to go reach out to my family back in Philly. From there, the welcome wasn't what I expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that. And from there, just went from a whole bunch of trying to discover myself, getting linked up in the wrong crowd, not having proper guidance. I bounced around from foster home to foster home. So I always walked around with a chip on my shoulder, so to speak. Like nobody cared, or nobody stayed around long enough to show that they cared. I was just angry at the world, so to speak. I lost my parents at a young age. I felt like my family really didn't understand me, and it was just me. So I found myself linking myself to girlfriends at the time and trying to, force relationships that wasn't meant to be to work just because I wanted to be close to somebody.
Right.
And eventually I had this one ex, that told me, I have to love me first. And I started working on that. And when I thought I had it figured out, I was all wrong. I was selling drugs. I was committing robberies. I was doing I was doing all the wrong things at the time to make a dollar. And then I had my first daughter. Her name is Angelina. God rest her soul. I lost her to a car accident. And that was like a wake up call for me. The first wake up call. But to be honest, I didn't really listen at the time. I kind of thought, I was young, reckless. I thought I was bulletproof and I can beat the world. So I still continued on the same path. But, with that, I used that as an excuse to fall deeper into the hole and continued, like I said, continued on the same path, selling drugs, running the streets. And then I eventually got locked up and I was forced to sit down for 2 years. That's how my brother always put it to me. I was forced to sit down. And I remember my first day, I was on the phone crying to my sister and my family, like, I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. And I just promised myself that I wouldn't get into a routine while I was there.
Right.
Like, I only asked for one picture, and that was just a picture of my daughter. I didn't want to put pictures on the wall. I didn't really want visits, but I couldn't stop my family from coming. I try not to make that many phone calls. I told myself to be as uncomfortable as possible so I don't come back. And then when I got out, I put the right foot forward. I tried to go get a job. I got a job, and then it wasn't the same. I got used to making a whole lot of money in a fast hour to making $8 to $10 an hour. And I was like, oh, I can't live off of this. So I eventually fell back into the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And I got arrested again. I got out, and then I met my current wife.
How long have you guys been together?
Going on 5 years.
Okay.
Going on 5 years. I had met her. I got out, fell back into the rabbit hole, and one day I was just driving down Evergreen Street, and I had seen her. And I'm not the most religious guy in the world, but I remember my grandma used to always tell me in the Bible, somewhere in the Bible, it says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing.
Right.
And out of all the women I've been with, I just knew. I knew like she was the one. And I couldn't approach her like how I typically would any other woman, so I did my homework.
Okay.
I kind of quote unquote stalked her for like 6 months. Find out what she liked, what she didn't like, seeing who she was talking to. If I knew the person, hey, how was she? And then eventually I built the confidence to approach her and let her tell the story. When I got out the car, I glid to her, but let me tell her she glid to me. And it was magic. And she had, like I said, she changed my life. She motivated me. She had me change my hustle and turn it into something positive to where I can still be the same guy and still have the same results, but it be legal and it's clean and it's something that my kids can be proud of, that she can be proud of. She gave me a chance at redemption.
That's beautiful.
That's the best way I can put it. She gave me a chance at redemption. When nobody else believed in me and everybody else counted me out, she seen something there. So, like I said, I got to give her all the credit for that, her and my children. But I started, like I said, we started the business from the ground up. We're still from the ground up, trying to make it, trying to figure it out. I don't have proper guidance. I've reached out to a few people, watched some videos, listened to some interviews. But, it's a learning process. It's a journey. We told ourselves we're going to be on a 10-year plan. I'm currently 32. So, I promised my wife, I make a lot of promises. And so far, I made good on most of them so far. But I promised her by the time I'm 42, we won't be where I'm at 32. At 42, we'll be a lot more comfortable.
Setting goals.
Yeah, in our dream home with a dream car and watching the kids in college. And, we're actually living off the business so where we don't have to go work for somebody else anymore.
Right.
I'm a dreamer. I'm a very big dreamer. I feel like the sky is the limit and I want to do everything. Nick Cannon, the actor, is one of my biggest motivators.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own company called Incredible, and through his company he does real estate, car detailing, car dealership, hairstyling. And I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yes.
And that's what I want. That's what I want for my kids. I want to be able to, like I said, my biggest motivation is my future, my legacy. When I die, I want to be able to say, hey, when I'm gone, my kids is good, my grandkids is good. I want to leave my imprint.
That's beautiful. It is. It really is. Now, I think that someone listening got some input from that and was able to actually hear what you're saying, because so many times we have a past, but we don't want to share it with anybody. We want to keep it to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important that you shared with us and let us know who you really are and what you're really about. We appreciate that. I'm going to go a little further with some of the things that I need to do. Some of the people that work with me and I've worked with out there in the community. My name is Vera Williams, and I am the CEO and founder of the God is Love Family Incorporated. We're a 501c3 company, and we operate on a zero balance, but when God says do something, he sends it. He sends exactly what we need. We're getting ready to do the Million Woman Stand on May 13th on the Capitol steps of Harrisburg, and that should be a very rewarding thing. I'm looking forward to talking to you about the t-shirts and everything, see what we can do to get some out there and have them ready. Don't want to overstock, but want to have just enough. Okay, so I'll be in touch with you about that. This is the Juice Lab. It's on 3rd Street. They've been in business now for quite a while. They serve up some very good natural food that you can go in and get. I think one of the things that I like the best is their what is it called? Let's see, the banana nut toast. It's a good filler for breakfast. You can go by and pick it up. They have it ready real quick. It's no longer a line waiting for a long time. Some of the other people that I'm involved with is Left Out Organization Program with Melissa and Duke Bennett. I also have my nephew who does carpet cleaning. He comes in and cleans my carpets very well at a reasonable price. His name is Junior Grandson. His phone number is 717-370-3883. Summer's coming, spring is coming. You want to get your house cleaned out and your carpets clean, give him a call. My groomer for my dog, KOK, Maria Allwood. She's a licensed and accredited CPR certified, internationally accredited groomer. Her number is 717-215-7029. Give her a call. She comes to your location, and she also shows up at Butler's out in the Klein Village. You're looking for some place to stay and you need somebody to help you with it, I recommend you go to Midtown Property Management. They're on 3rd Street too. I speak with Erica Stark there. She's the assistant office manager. The number there is 717-553-7541. Andrew over in New Cumberland, A to Z Automotive. If you need some work done on your car at a reasonable price, go over and check him out. He is a reasonably priced guy and he's not going to steer you wrong and take all your money. Now, Naiji store, the fashion, where fashion meets nature. The African store on 3rd Street. Her number is 717-601-1557. She's going to be at the Million Woman stand. You get a chance to see some of her products. You can buy them and make her happy. Make me happy too. And none other than The Voice, 17104, where my man Christopher Thomas is in charge. Christopher,
Yes, Pastor.
you want to give us a shout out?
Pastor,
Let's first talk about what happened on Saturday.
Sure. What a time we had in the presence of the Lord. Again, just being witnesses of the love of God, again, that surpasses knowledge at 7th and Division Street. We really appreciate your support. You're really a trooper. You came out, rain, snow, sleet, or hail. It was actually a raining. It started off pretty clear, but then, halfway through, it started to drizzle. Then it went from drizzle to the straight up downpour.
Yes, it was.
But I mean, you were a trooper. You came out. You actually got the mic for a while and exhorted the people, about the
It's
love
about
of
the
God,
children.
about mental health. Sure.
Yeah.
And what a wonderful job, you did. We truly appreciate your partnership and your commitment, to our outreach arm of our ministry. We look forward, again, should Jesus tarry and the creek don't rise, not this coming Saturday, but the first Saturday in May. I believe it's May the 6th, heading to Philadelphia, where your guest was just talking about, to Kensington Street and to Needle City, sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm praying with those that need prayer. A big shout out to Abiding in Christ Ministries. We did have some friends, Pastor Ron, Pastor Jazz, from South Philly, that came down to evangelize with us in the streets of Harrisburg. And we look forward to returning that favor, heading back down the highway and the byway to join them on May the 6th down on Kensington. He said the city that used to be brotherly love is now the city of brotherly blood. We're trying to play our small part to kind of curb that violence in Jesus' name.
Yes. Now, you got anything you want to say to my beloved King while we out
Sure,
here?
bring him back on the set, man. I am blown away by your entrepreneurship, your resilience. I mean, you reached out to me before. I had no idea how multi-talented. I get so many requests, man. People cold text me, cold call me all the time. And normally I'm multitasking, doing what you see now. And sometimes there's some things of urgency I probably should pay a little bit more time to, but because of the volume of requests that we get sometimes, you're kind of standoffish because everyone's suspect, unfortunately. But you did reach out to us. But now seeing you and hearing your heart and seeing your passion and how multi-talented you are, again, I don't know what else we can potentially do, but I believe there's something we can do in helping getting the word out. Especially as spring and summer, start to head our way, especially with the lawn care and even the hair care and the house cleaning. I mean, you the one-stop shop, bro. You getting it done. And I think if more people knew, and actually on your website, you mind if I pass? Why don't you tell us what your social media pages are on social media, so people just don't think I'm blowing smoke. They can actually go to your social media pages on different social media outlets and see your work. They can see the hair care and the designs that you do. They can see the house cleaning and the work that you've done. They could see, plate upon smiling customer after smiling customer of people you done serve. So why don't you give out the name of, your social media pages so people can actually put a picture to what I'm trying to express even now.
Okay, well, my primary social media page is Facebook. It's the most organized one. Everything is organized by photo album, and that's at the head of the table on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram at the King's Table, TikTok, the King's Table, and the King's Table on Snapchat. As far as the hair service promotion, I am on an app called The Cut.
Okay.
You can look me up there at hashtag the King's Table. You can see examples of all my work, every lock, retwist I did, dread starter I did, fade, hair dye, my wife's box braids. You can see examples of all our work through that app. You can also book your appointment through that app. Reach out to me if you have any customers, see my price boards. And it is a traveling service. So I do come to the customer to help provide maximum comfortability for you.
Sure. Now, have you reached out to any, because I see you like centralized I mean, not limited to a central location, but initially centralized where people can come in, get their hair done, and then on the board as they come in shows all the other aspects of business that you're good at. And people can come in, I mean, you can have some plates in the fridge back, today's special, so and so and so and so. But I'm sure there's some barbers that would make room for your craft, for your gift, and then give you the opportunity to potentially network some of your other entrepreneurial ventures as well. I mean, everything. I mean, they could come get their hair done, and then, hey, did you know that we do now? As far as lawn care, what all do you guys specialize in? Is it just cutting grass? Is it weeding? Is it you power spray? What all can you do?
Right now, it's a very simple service. Whether you need your lawn cleaned up, tree branches, leaves, actual cutting grass, picking up the trash, making it look more organized and clean. That's what we're offering right now. The goal eventually is to get to weeding, gardening, power washing houses, the whole works is the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what I'm also, and I'll give it back to you, Pastor Beard.
No, go ahead. Just go ahead. I'm sitting back enjoying it.
I'm also impressed the way that you include your family. Many times, as men, we're like, this is what I do, and we kind of don't include the rest of our families in that. And, a lot of wives, are looking for a man not only to lead, but a man to give the invitation for a woman, not just to be a silent supporter, but to be a hands-on supporter of what you do. So how you've come from, an unfortunate background, and now you've used some of those lessons you learned then in trying to be a better man and becoming an entrepreneur now is really stand up, man.
Yeah, it is.
In our society, there's so many absentee fathers, where kids are looking, where's my dad? Who is my dad? But here you've got a father, that is including, his children, that really cherishes and loves, from what you said, your wife and your family, and really prioritizes family. I mean, that is commendable and actually applaudable, in the sight of God as well. So again, I don't know what we as the community, what we as, this community platform, what we as the God is Love family could do, other than what we're doing now to help get the word out. Because it's like one of the best kept secrets in Harrisburg. Like, my wife makes diaper cakes, but no one knows, until, I told her, hey, why don't you make a couple? Let's take a couple pictures. And everyone wants them till you tell them the price of them. But I mean, you got to include, Pampers aren't cheap. And then once I put my labor on top of what the Pampers cost, you're talking about, 175 Pampers. You're talking about 2, 3, 4 hours of work.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you expect that to cost? I mean, it ain't going to be $20. It ain't going to be $30. But it's amazing sometimes, we as a people will go to other people of other ethnic backgrounds and give them the price tag value, but then we'll see someone that looks like us, sounds
And
like
wanna-
us, acts like us, and we're looking for the deal. You know what I mean? What's the deal? Can I get a deal? The deal is, what's on the price tag. You know what I
Well,
mean?
speaking of deals, not
Sure.
to cut you off,
Please.
the King's Table do have a daily 365, 7 days a week deal.
Wow.
Currently for our dinner platters, like I said, most of our dinner platters are $10.
Okay.
But Monday through Sunday, for example, if you order for your family, if you order 3 platters, any platter after that is $5.
And if I could just show a couple more of these platters, Pastor Vera, I mean, it
Yes,
goes
feel free.
on and on and on and on and on. This brother's serious about his passion. And I believe if more people really knew and could see these plates, I mean, a presentation is everything as far as someone in culinary. I mean, you could have something that is presented beautiful and it not taste that great, and people would still say it was a great meal because of the presentation. But you have the presentation and the taste that goes along with the presentation. Now, what is this we're looking on the screen right now?
That is my pan-seared baked salmon. I did the salmon. My wife actually did the salmon cake on the side. Dinner roll, yellow rice made by my wife and my oldest son, and broccoli.
There's no way you can sell that for $10.
That's a $10 plate.
That's a $10 plate. Come
Wow.
on, seared salmon and
Come
a crab
on.
cake and broccoli and
I want
rice
one.
and a roll. Come on, and probably even a soda too. Come on, now you can't beat that for $10. You go to Red Lobster, it's gonna cost you $35, $29.99. You know what them surf and turfs cost? What are we looking at here, bro?
That's the barbecue chicken, yellow rice, cheddar, broccoli, and a dinner roll.
Come on, man. You can't make this stuff up. I wish I, just had like a couple buildings, like I said,
And
take
these are
this
actually
building.
some of our earlier platters.
Okay.
Now we incorporate dessert with them now
Wow. For the same price.
for the same price.
You can't beat it, brother. Again, if people want now, are you with the summer coming up, spring coming up? A lot of people do a lot of outdoor engagements. Do you do catering?
Yes, we do offer
If someone will
catering.
call you with enough time in advance,
Yes.
you are available for that type of those type of opportunities as well.
Yes, we do
And-
offer catering. That's how that was supposed to be the original direction of the business.
Sure.
And then the platter idea kind of like took off.
Sure.
So we've been running with that, but we do offer catering for small events up to 75 people.
Okay.
That's good.
And if someone wanted to utilize your services in that, how would they go about to contact you?
You can contact me through my social media pages, or through this podcast. If you're watching it,
That's good.
you can contact Aunt V and she
Sure.
can reach out to me.
Yes.
That's what's up. So thank you so much, Pastor Vera. I got more questions, but maybe I'll come
Come
back at the
on,
end.
no, go ahead. I'm enjoying this, not having anything to do but listen to all this
Sure,
good
no,
information.
I mean, I'm just in awe, just to
He's
see.
a very powerful young man.
Sure, to see a multi-talented man really trying to do right, and that's hard to come by. Once you get that taste, I used to be a street hustler and then went from Nino Brown to Chris Rock, so I know exactly how you could be an entrepreneur, but then take yourself out of business by being your own best customer. So go ahead. I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry not to cut you off. May I give one more shout out?
Sure. Please.
Because
Oh.
I'm actually watching on my phone and my oldest sister is watching.
Uh-huh.
And understand, this means the world to me.
Okay.
Because a lot of everything that I'm doing is for her to be proud of me.
And what's her name?
Her name is Nina Coley.
Nina Cole.
Yes. I love you, sis. And thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off.
no. Is she the one that said you should try preparing dinners for office buildings mid-shift?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And she says she loves you too, so that's what's up. I mean, I heard someone started a business like that by, a couple free dinners, down at the state, and then, that word of mouth, I mean, it's powerful.
Especially when the food is good.
Sure, especially when it looks good and it got a good price attached to it as well.
Yeah.
Normally, good food
That
got a
was
high
actually going
price
to be part of
tag.
one of my marketing strategies. Once the weather broke, I was going to plan to put the shirt tie on and go to like the local hospitals and state buildings and hand the business cards out there to try to get
Get it
that
out there,
side of
yeah.
clientele.
Oh, that's powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, where you're located in the city of Harrisburg, but even setting up a grill outside and try to drum up some business with the people in the neighborhood.
We do that.
You guys do that.
as well.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
And
So,
one
go
thing,
ahead,
I'm
Pastor.
sorry, one
No,
thing
please.
about it is you have pickup only right now. You
Yes,
haven't
ma'am.
gotten into delivery
Yes,
yet. That's coming.
Well, I
too.
was offering delivery, but I'm kind of going through some car issues right now.
Mhm.
So once I get that situated, delivery is set for $5 for inner city surrounding areas, Mechanicsburg, Camp Hill. Prices may vary, but by June,
By June, we'll
June
be
we
up
will
and
be
running.
offering delivery again.
That's wonderful. I can't wait. Yes, I can't wait. Christopher,
Yes, ma'am.
you are so intrigued with him today. Do you have anything else you want to say? Seriously, I'm not letting you take over the interview. We're just working together to get everything out there to help him be all that he can be.
Sure. And we all need a hand up. I know when we first started, I knew we had a good product. But if people aren't aware of the good product you have, many times all you have is a good product. And a good product alone doesn't pay the bills. You need a good product, praise God, and you need people to be aware of the good product that you have, and a good marketing strategy, a good team that you already have. Then consistency, so very important as well, which I believe is another aspect, quality that you possess as well. So again, whatever we can potentially do. We have this one of the first steps of podcasting is create content, but then it doesn't stop at creating content. I mean, this can be repurposed. You could trim, you could do reels, so many different things that you could do to get the word out there. And I would recommend and suggest all that. And I don't know how much of that you're doing currently with all your different businesses as well.
Understand, we
Everything.
do it all. Like I told you, I don't sleep.
Sure.
I don't sleep.
Sure.
I'm hiding in the bathroom making reels and TikToks and flyers to post, and please
Right.
share me descriptions. I'm definitely putting in the work. I just need the right eyes to see me.
Sure.
Yes, and
that's
by
good.
you being out there as much as you are, somebody will see you. I guarantee you that.
Sure.
Because you do have a good product, and we are very proud of you, and we're so glad that you came in today to share with us what you're doing. As you said, you started from the ground up. You've been through, and going back to what you were explaining about yourself and how you made it, is there anything in specific you'd like to say to those young adults out there trying to make it, doing the wrong things and ready to change their mind, but they don't have anybody that they can believe in? I mean, you're a living example of that. Is there anything you want to say to them?
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Trust yourself. And when it gets hard, that's what determines the real winner. Who's gonna push through? To quote one of my favorite movies, Rocky, it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. Don't refuse to stay down. Keep driving, keep pushing. Believe in yourself, believe in your goals when nobody else do. Because eventually one day, as long as you put in the work, it will all come true.
Sure.
Yes. Is there a phone number they can use to reach out to you?
Yes, I do have a direct line for all customers to reach out to me, no matter what service it is, whether it's food, hair, t-shirts, or in-home cleaning. And that number is 267-748-4912.
Okay, Chris, can you get that in there by any chance?
Sure. Sorry, multitasking.
That's okay. We're gonna put that on the screen so they'll have that.
And what was it one more time? I'm sorry.
267-748-4912.
Gotcha.
And we want to thank your family for tuning in today and supporting you. I know that made you feel good to see your sister up there. Yes. I want to give some shout outs to my brothers who've been supporting me for a very long time, and my son, Randolph Williams, Stephon Williams, Boss Williams, Edward Dargan. I gave a shout out to my brother James earlier for his birthday, and most of all to my son, Abraham Roy. They support me in all that I do. That's why I'm able to come to you today in such a comfortable surrounding here at The Voice 17104. King, is there anything else you want to mention while we're here? I'm giving it open carte blanche to you.
If there's anybody that's out there that's already in the position that I'm trying to get in, and you don't mind, quote unquote, taking somebody under your wing, pass the knowledge off, if you will. I'm a I have big ears for a reason. I like listening. I like learning, and I can definitely use the help and guidance as far as building investors or just marketing strategies. At the end of the day, I mean, I can definitely use to help my family and I the proper guidance, and please share. Everybody that hopped on the train and believe in the King's Table, continue to believe. We will become a household name one day.
Yes, indeed. I agree with you 100%. And I'm going to do everything that I've been doing, and I'm not going to stop. If I find other avenues to advertise for you, I'm going to do that as well, because I am proud of you. And again, as I said, I'm proud to have you on the show today. Yeah. It's been a pleasure. Let's see what time. We always working with the
Still have
time.
14 minutes.
Oh, we still got 14 minutes. Would you like to pray?
Sure.
Lead us in prayer?
You want me to lead the prayer?
Yeah, I want you to lead the prayer.
Oh, you trying to start a fight?
I had to get you. I didn't give you any notice, anything.
I hope my wife's not watching now.
That's all right. That may be the missing ingredient into your success, bro.
Oh man, my wife will be like, "Oh, you went on there and led her prayer, and I've been next for 5 years."
Sure,
Yep.
sure.
This is
That's
especially
all right.
because
Sure,
she's in
that's
your
good.
life.
All right.
All right.
Heavenly Father, I come to you and say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting me in the position that I am. Thank you for my family. Thank you for this opportunity to be on this show, podcast, and get to share my story and the business. I pray and ask for guidance,
Yes, God.
more wisdom, strength to continue to lead my family, continue to listen to my wife. I pray for my sons. I pray for every foster child that's currently in the shoes I used to be in, and you help lead them and give them proper guidance and make sure they know that everything's gonna be all right and everything's gonna be cool. God, bless the rest of my family, my sister, all my brothers. In Jesus' name, amen.
Well
Amen.
said.
She's very proud of you because you prayed on your podcast. I'm sorry I didn't give you any warning, but I always do that sneak attack, because we ever ready.
You got me.
Yeah, I got you.
You got me.
But you was ready for it. No hesitation whatsoever. Thank God for that. We are in the end times of this video. We've talked about everything that we want to talk about. We want to be grateful and mindful of the time, but we still have approximately 14 minutes. So if there's nothing else you want to talk about, we can end it right here.
I'm good if y'all good.
No, we left it up to you. Make sure you got everything off your chest today.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. I don't have anything else to say.
And you'll be back. You'll definitely
Most
be
definitely,
back.
most
Yes. We
And
gotta
now-
have you back.
Professor Rick, can we ask, are there any specials today? Is there anything on the
Oh.
menu today, potentially? Now, what days do you normally, cook your meals and, put up the pictures of what you have to offer and make them available to the public for pickup for now and then delivery down the future?
We cook Monday through Sunday.
Monday through Sunday?
We ask to have the orders in by 4 o'clock. I usually try that the menu up the night before, if not as early as 9 o'clock the day of in the morning.
Okay.
Today we're doing baked fish, yellow rice, peas, cake, and a dinner roll for $10 a platter. Pickup will be available at 5:30, 5:45. And you can reach out to me via DM or the number that I gave to place your order.
And I believe we put that number in the contact in the comments section of the video today. So if people want more information about any of your entrepreneurial endeavors, they can feel free to reach out to you as well.
Sounds good. I need a platter. Too bad we don't have delivery. That's okay. It's coming in June.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll be ready. I'll be ordering every day. At least once a week.
So, Pastor Ray, before you conclude, why don't you talk a little bit more about the event in May, about the
The Million Woman Stand.
and who's invited, what's the purpose of it, and some of the names of the people that are potentially participating.
Oh, we got a lot of participation. We got people coming out the woods. We got the mayor on board. We got Sonia Knight on board. We got a lot of people on board. Some of the main people that have been working behind the scenes, like Keisha Ordez, she coordinated and got the flyers all printed up for us to get out. We have Niece Lickers who's working. We have Takira Brown who's working. We have Latoya Washington who made sure that we got the sound system. We do have another sound system set up, Chris, so we don't have to worry about the speaker anymore.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so we
awesome.
have someone that's going to come and be a DJ and make sure everything is all set up.
Wonderful.
Thanks to Latoya and all her efforts in helping us.
Sure.
Again, we have a long list of people that are coming out. We want you to come out. We're inviting you to come out with us that day, May 13th at the Capitol Steps in Harrisburg. It's going to be an open mic. People are going to be able to talk about what they want to talk about. Women are going to be able to share who they are and what they've been through. Kind of like you shared the part about how you came through. Yeah, and it's going to be different topics. It's going to be mental health. It's going to be finances. It's going to be entrepreneurships. All those type of things are going to take place that day. And it starts at 11 a.m. Please come out. We're going to let it last till 2 o'clock. That's a lot of standing for a lot of people. But again, it's not as long as we first started out to be. We cut the time, so it's 11 to 2 now. And it's the Million Woman Stand. Please come out and enjoy yourself. There are going to be a couple of vendors there. There's going to be a food truck. The Soul House Cafe is going to be there with their food truck, and you'll be able to eat. And we're just going to have a good time. So come on out and hang out with us. I appreciate you wanting to think about me and my toe. I can't get over that because I can't believe I hurt myself. I did it. And welcome to the God is Love show. That's all we have for today. Love you, nephew. That was a beautiful interview.
Thank you.
He took all the questions from me, though. The second half, that was all my questions.
God is love show. God is love show.
There he is, the king.
17104. God is love. God is love. You're listening to
Same
God
cat.
is love show. Well, there I am. Well, you're listening to the voice 171.